Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Chorizo tacos. Are you saying chorizo tacos? Don't play around because I'm super hungry.
What was her job?
Hey,
What do you mean?
Guys, what'd I say?
Her job is so confusing.
The job isn't important. It's just a generic job that the writers of this made up for this.
But what is the generic job?
Just tables.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started. Welcome back. Another huge episode. Season 16 just started, just kicking off. If you missed it, last week we talked about Gerald Ford. Where was he when Lincoln died? Jared had the scoop, the inside scoop, unrecovered documents. Mary Todd Lincoln was sleeping around. I don't know.
She wishes. Just every little thing that I hear about Mary Todd Lincoln is just how insane she was. Obviously, everybody knows that, but I think as more like biographies and stuff come out, it's just, like she would just like scream. She would just like scream at people in public settings.
Yeah, well, look, if you're as hot as Mary Todd was, like, you can do whatever the fuck you want, dude. And she did.
Yeah. Last time we actually talked about Greetings, Steed. Greetings was the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Good episode. People enjoyed that. I've actually gotten a lot of good feedback with them. I wanted to do, this is not going to be a traditional season 2 episode. This is going to be kind of, we're just talking more like season 1 type episode, shorter episode. I'm going to be gone. I was gone last week. I'm going to be gone this upcoming week. So I want to do a little shorter thing I could get done in time. Steed, we were gone together this past weekend.
Oh, yeah. We touched each other. We embraced each other.
That's true. We did embrace each other. Atlanta is where we went. Hot Atlanta.
Yeah, hot
It was actually
Atlanta,
cold.
baby.
It was cold Atlanta. It was actually pretty cold over there.
It's colder than it is here
Yeah.
in the Northwest. But it's raining here, and it won't stop raining
Yeah,
for
that's
about
fair.
a month.
We went to see a Atlanta Falcons Seattle Seahawks game.
Yeah, it turns out it was mostly just the Seahawks. The Atlanta Falcons didn't really feel like doing much,
No.
and
No.
the home fans were not pleased.
The home fans kind of saw that coming as there was only about 50% attendance, it seemed like.
Yeah, it might have been less. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, little did we know that like day of we could have bought like a $20 ticket, but you can't plan ahead for that.
I saw it come.
Well, yeah, but I mean also there's you get the random team that goes off and then all of a sudden it's like $180 tickets, most of them. Anyway,
Yeah.
Really cool stadium.
Oh my gosh, it was like living in luxury.
Yeah.
Like other stadiums suck. You realize after you go to a nice stadium.
Yes.
Like other
I think you're
other
right.
ones. Oh my god.
I think you're right. I think once you go into like compared to the Dolphin Stadium, I think is the worst one I've been to. And it's like comparing the two, other than the fact that the Dolphin Stadium is in Miami, it's open air. That's the nice thing about it, is that it's just Miami and it's nice out.
Yeah.
But like the fact that you have this, we weren't even at that nice of a day where they could open up the top of this Mercedes-Benz Stadium because they could have done that too.
Yeah,
But just like cheap food, cheap concessions, $2.
hot dog drop. They
$2 hot
parachuted
dogs.
hot dogs down from the roof. It was the highlight of the game.
Hot dog drop. Well, they're so cheap. It's like they're just giving them away basically. And even like normal like drinks were not very expensive at the thing. Like alcohol wasn't that expensive. A lot of good like crazy nachos and good food there. So just the concession wise, great views and everything. Just it's crazy how it looks. Also, Falcons like have the celebrity cameos in their videos. They got it down. Every single like timeout is a Ludacris, T.I., Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson was there.
Wobble
Baby guy did a little performance.
The Wobble guy did a live performance there. I felt like it was just like everybody who's a celebrity was a fan of the Falcons. But Yeah, bad game. But there, we did see. You didn't see this, Steed. When I was getting concessions one time, there's this kid who it looked like he was 7 or 8, just doing insane breakdancing. I was very
Whoa.
impressed.
Like just what, like freehand, or was this like
There was
they put
a
ropes
bunch of
around
people
him or
dressed
what?
as elves.
Oh,
And
they were on the
then,
field.
yes, the ones that came on the field later. So while
Yeah.
they were upstairs at the 300 levels, testing, do a little pre-show. I've never seen a kid that young do that crazy things. Like he was spinning on his head, and he looked like 7 or 8 years old tops.
Well, their bones are still light.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
they're
just
like
impressive
birds.
strength. I know bird bones, but anyway, you and me had some interesting travel stories on the way there. I'll start real quick with a Frat Sullivan one.
Oh god.
Uh, we 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 we're getting on the plane as we mentioned many times. Frat is the most censored guest we've ever had on the show. He's on our flight on the way there from Chicago, and we are waiting. He's got a big Yeti mug or whatever it is, full of water. He drops it on the floor. It spills all over the place.
Nice.
And we have to get like the janitor to come over and set like a, caution, it's wet type of thing.
He's
Because
setting up a perimeter.
Yeah, they need to set up a perimeter. So anyway, he doesn't decide to refill his water. Apparently he's getting thirsty as we're boarding, and we're like, well, there'll be service on the flight, right? 2 hour flight, turbulence the whole time. They couldn't even stand up. Like the flight attendant said, there's going to be no service for our safety on the thing. We decide to play Risk on this plane.
Yeah, it's
So we're
the best
passing-
way to pass time.
It is a good way to pass time if you're on a flight with a bunch of people. And we're passing around a phone that has Risk on it, which is my phone. And we're doing some teams, right? There's depending on who's sitting in your row, it seems. There's 3 teams. Frat was so thirsty that the other team of the 3 was giving him little capfuls of water and passing it to him. And he would get a sip, and in return, he would not attack any of their territories.
His allegiances were bought.
His allegiances were bought with water. So they said whoever controls the water controls the game. Now, it was unfair advantage for them because I didn't have any water to give him a little capsule. So, people are watching as somebody's handing over little capsules of water, and he's taking these sips and he's dying. Anyway, that team ends up winning. It's rigged. We land on the ground. There's not a water fountain to be found, which I feel like airports and most public places, there's water fountains everywhere. No water fountains in whatever part we are out of the Atlanta airport. He is apparently so dehydrated that he is desperate enough to, in the baggage claim section of the airport, go there and fill up his water bottle with warm sink water.
Oh my
in
god.
the Atlanta baggage claim bathroom. It would not get cold, so it was above lukewarm water, and just in the gross. Usually that's the grossest bathroom in the whole airport is the baggage claim one, because you don't actually have to go through security to go into it.
Anybody can.
Anybody can. So it really grossed me out. This water usually does not gross me out, but I think that it really was it was too far.
I don't even wash my hands with it.
I would agree. You get more
I don't let
dirty
it touch my
usually.
skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather use a puddle on the sidewalk.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we might have to get him a shock collar, I think, for future trips. That way, when he starts doing something he's not supposed to be doing, we can just shock him, give him a little zap, and keep him on track.
Yeah. Yeah. You had something with an Uber or your flight or something, right?
Yeah, I had an hour-long boarding time. This is a 737, not a big plane. We're not stacking all of Dubai into a plane.
There's not 2 floors.
There's not 2 floors. There's no bus. Standard ramp. It was boarding at 12:15, and I don't go on the plane. When I have my seat already, I'm a cool guy. Just sit there.
Yeah.
It took 1 hour for everybody to get on the plane before I even got up to get on the plane. That I did the math when I got on the plane. It was a full flight. 3.5 minutes on average per person to walk onto a plane and sit down. What's going
insane.
on?
And
What
what
is
airline was
happening?
this?
Delta.
So not even like some people might say, oh, that might be Southwest where they don't have assigned seats. This is everybody's got an
You know
assigned
your
seat.
seat. You know it. And we're supposed to be like 30 minutes early.
Yeah.
And we were like delayed because it took people so long to fucking walk, put a bag in a cubby, and then sit. We got to do something about this. I don't know if we got to get Trump involved. I don't know if we got to get Musk involved. There needs to be a better way.
Yeah. I don't know what even that would be. I mean, I've had ones where people are just like so stupid and won't listen to anything, or they're like, rushing to get off and then forget things, they have to run back through all the aisles. Like I've seen some stuff like that, but like that long of just a loading time, I don't even understand what that is.
I was like, what's going on down there?
Yeah.
And then I started going on the plane. It was just like a line, just didn't
Yeah.
move. I'm like, what? It just made me so mad. I was like so pissed off during that whole flight. I was like, you know what? I could be on the ground already. I'm sitting here in turbulence. Okay. I don't like turbulence. I used to when I was a young rebel, but not anymore. It's scary. It scares me. I don't know how sturdy the wings. Boeing's been having some issues.
Yeah, that is, I agree. You don't feel as safe like air travel anymore. I felt way less safe ground travel. I had one ridiculous Uber experience.
We got to stop Uber drivers too.
We got to stop Uber drivers. This one was insane. So this lady, we're getting picked up near Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, going to, we were going to a bar after that just to watch some more football games. And we get in, this lady's got a Kia Soul. There's like four passengers in the car. So it's a pretty tight little Kia Soul.
It's a tight fit. Mm-hmm.
It says she's 5 minutes away. It takes her about 15, 20 minutes before she gets to us. We're just sitting. I think she keeps calling, like, ask, can we go to the other corner so she can see us? I'm coming on this direct. It's like overly complicated for somebody having a GPS and knowing exactly where we are. We're like, okay, whatever. Maybe some of these roads are closed and nearby, whatever, right? We get in the car, and she's like maybe a lower 50s lady, no, major distinct features, but just getting something that she's a little off with the day. She's a little off on, maybe having a rough day, maybe didn't get a lot of sleep, whatever's going on. She, at one point, when this started going downhill, there is 3 lanes going our direction. Mm-hmm. There's a left lane that's a turn lane, but also can go straight. And then there's 2 lanes to the right. We've got the highway directly in front of us. Instead of going in the middle or right lane, she decides to stay in the left lane, again, that doesn't have a turn arrow, but has the ability where people can turn left. So there's oncoming traffic. We sit through 3 full lights.
Yeah.
When everybody in the middle of the right lane is going.
Yeah.
And she decides to sit in the left lane until everybody in our lane is cleared before getting over the middle lane goes. So then we finally get on the highway, and we're like, she's kind of staying in the left lane, and then like the exit's coming up in like, a half mile. So then she decides to cross 5 lanes of basically in one direct go. So instead of like slowly going over, she's like, I'm just going to cross all 5 of this interstate things left to right. Time to get over. Let's do this quickly. And she's like, yep, all right, I'm going over. And then very close to hitting a car that's kind of stopping in front of her, and when she's making those transitions, goes over, throws her arm, against my dad who's sitting in the front seat. Like does the classic thing, which I think I heard this from a teacher of mine. I'm going to do a quick side story here. I had a teacher in 7th grade, got in a really bad car accident, and she got rear-ended, and she said she saw it coming from behind, and she had her daughter in the passenger seat, and she did the same thing where she like threw her arm over to the passenger, right, to kind of stop them. You're holding them, even though they've got a seatbelt. And she said it was because growing up with her family, cars before didn't have seatbelts. So what a parent might do is, oh, you're going to get an accident. I see we're about to slam on the brakes. I'm going to throw my arm over to try to stop the kid from going through the windshield.
Oh, so she was saving your dad.
So and that's what she said, that's why she did it. This is my 7th grade teacher. And I have not seen this happen many times in my life, but I saw this happen by this random lady who was similar age to what my teacher would have been. And so maybe she grew up with the same thing where she's throwing her arm to the side to try to stop somebody because that's how she grew up with that. Anyway, she's trying to save my dad from going through the windshield. What she really does should just stop, just focus on the drive.
Yeah.
In front of her, maybe just press the brakes a little less harder, seeing the car stopping in front of her, any of that. She crosses all the lanes of traffic, proceeds to miss the exit.
Oh.
Then we see everybody's looking at the at the screen of the GPS of where we're going.
Yeah.
It's added another 10 minutes at this point, and it has to go up and loop around. She's go take a way further exit, loop around, and come back down, basically where we're at now. And she's looking at it, she's like, oh, there's got to be a shortcut somewhere in here. And everybody is sitting here like, lady, you cannot figure it. First of all, you can't figure
How about you just let us out?
Yes. We're in the middle of the highway, but yes, please be better than whatever this is. And she thinks she's going to somehow find a shortcut that the GPS doesn't have. And this lady can't even figure out like how to follow the thing, let alone get over for an exit or find some sort of thing that doesn't exist.
Jesus.
And we finally get through this. We're getting back to close where we're at. And then then we're like 2 blocks away and she's going so slow. She is going 5 miles an hour in this little like part where there's some bars. And then she says, I need to take a break after this. And everybody, we're like, yeah, no shit. Like, we're not saying any of this out loud, but everybody's thinking the same thing. Like, you should need to take a break before this, whatever this is.
You need to take a break from downloading the app.
Yes. We finally get to the location and we got out a block before because we saw it at the end of the street. Like, we need to get out of this car. We are able to walk over to that thing before her car got to the end of the same block.
Yep.
So somehow she's still going slower than we're walking to the bar we're going to. By the time we got over there, it took over 30 minutes for what on the GPS at the beginning said a 10-minute trip.
Amazing. And
it was the worst. Like, I've been in ones that like, crappy cars or it smells bad or who knows what. I've been in, some bad Uber. This is the worst, just like quality driver I've had. Maybe
I'm gonna say normalize 1-star ratings.
Yeah.
We got to start rating these people, get them off the road. It's getting crazy.
Yeah.
If you're paying this ridiculous price for an Uber, you should at least be able to not die.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's bad.
Did you go to the aquarium on the last day?
No. I went to the airport.
Like just super early?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It was nice. I did fall asleep in a chair.
Okay. I went to the aquarium there. Obviously, most aquariums not very exciting. I think it is world renowned.
Most aquariums are very exciting.
Not everybody's excited hearing them.
You don't appreciate the intricacies of different fish.
What I'll say about Atlanta Aquarium, that thing is very, very cool. Some of the fish were overwhelming for me. There's this whale shark there that looked so big it didn't look real. A couple things. Just, it's very cool. If you're in Atlanta, haven't gone to the aquarium, check it out. Highly recommend it.
I would recommend it too. Even though I haven't been. But I've been to other aquariums. And I would go back to Atlanta. I'll say that. For an aquarium trip. Atlanta, wonderful city. Friendly people.
I liked it much better than I thought I was going to like it. Yeah.
It was clean. Culture, wonderful culture there. A lot of, it's awesome. Like this is, and that's, our last trip we did was to Houston, dog shit city, USA.
Yep.
Okay. And then you hear about Houston, you're like, yeah, Houston's nice. It's in Texas. You hear about Atlanta, you're like, oh, this gang violence. I didn't get shot once, Jared.
No.
Okay. Houston, people did shoot right outside of our Airbnb.
Yes.
Atlanta, yeah. My one of my Uber drivers said there was a gunfight in the street in front of him one time, but he was just trashing on Waymos. He's like, the Waymo would have went right through that. You need a real driver. He's trying to, pitch his job.
I did see that. And was it you that pointed the Waymo that was stuck outside our bar?
Yes, it was stuck outside a bar and it was there for a solid hour. And I think somebody came and
driverless like Uber type of car. Driverless.
Yeah, they're Jaguars.
And it was stuck just outside, just like couldn't move for whatever reason. But to his point,
it pulled into like a road that was like a shopping center road, so it's like a pedestrian road, essentially. You can't drive on. And the
Yeah.
Waymo is just like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, yeah, fan of Atlanta. I would give it a thumbs up.
A big thumbs.
Yeah. Steed, is there anything you want to get to?
What the fuck? Why'd you just zoom in?
Oh, it just does this automatically. I can't, I wasn't even touching a button. Is there anything else you want to get to?
No, we can keep this one short.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tease the people. What's the date to Jerry stop zooming
I don't know. I'm literally not even doing this. I'm trying to
All right.
lean back.
I don't like this. So this will come out this Thursday. Oh wait, when is this episode?
It'll come out soon. It depends on if I can do it before my trip.
Okay, so next week we're gonna record our special Christmas episode.
Okay.
So the episode after this one will be. We're gonna have a special guest. I'm not gonna say who.
Oh no.
It's gonna be a big guest coming on the show. We might have Chubstep Matt Banks might join us, Jerry.
Okay.
Because he was along the ride for our last two guests. But we got a big Christmas extravaganza coming, and I'm going to announce another guest. We have two secret guests coming on, never heard before. One of them's never heard before.
Okay, so in the big guests you've had in the past, you've had Santa and Easter Bunny have been on
Santa Claus. Yep, and everybody knows. Obviously, Santa Claus is coming back.
Yeah,
but there's another Christmas critter.
Okay, I love
that's going to be stip stomping into our little Santa's workshop here.
Good.
So tune in next week.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll keep this a little short. I just wanted to kind of do something so we get an episode out there. Chubstep Classics back on the show that we haven't had in a while. We're gonna have them on talking about some fun things. So we'll get to that soon. Chubstep.podcast@gmail.com, YouTube, all the good stuff, Spotify, wherever you listen to your shows, we're on there. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.